the child who reunited hearts. The evening sun cast long shadows across Vishwanath Community Center as Rahul Malhotra adjusted his glasses and checked his watch. 6 months into his volunteer work with underprivileged children, and he still arrived 15 minutes early every Tuesday. Punctuality, one of many shields he'd built around himself over the years. "You're always first," smiled Priya, the center coordinator, as she unlocked the art supply cabinet. "The kids won't be here for another 10 minutes. Rahul nodded, arranging colored pencils in perfect rows. At 34, his life had settled into comfortable predictability. Successful architectural firm, apartment overlooking the river, occasional dinner with friends who had long stopped trying to set him up. 8 years since Mira had vanished, and still, certain songs on the radio could hollow him out in seconds. The children arrived in their usual chaos of laughter and energy. Rahul spotted some familiar faces, Nikhil with his superhero backpack, the twins Zara and Farah giggling together. But today, a small figure hung back near the doorway, half hidden behind Priya's skirt. "Everyone, this is Anya," Priya announced. "She's new, so please make her feel welcome." The little girl couldn't have been more than 5, with wide eyes and 2 neat braids tied with yellow ribbons. Something about her face, the determined set of her chin perhaps, triggered a fleeting memory that Rahul couldn't quite place. "Anya, would you like to join the art table?" Priya encouraged. "Rahul, sir, is very good at drawing animals." The girl approached cautiously, studying Rahul with unusual intensity. He smiled, sliding a blank sheet toward her. "What's your favorite animal?" he asked gently. Anya tilted her head. "Elephants. Mama says they never forget people they love." "That's true," Rahul replied, beginning to sketch. "They're very loyal creatures." For the next hour, Rahul helped Anya create an entire elephant family. Her laughter came easily, her small hand surprisingly steady with the paintbrush. Unlike most children her age, she worked methodically, furrowing her brow in concentration, another gesture that seemed oddly familiar. As the session ended and parents arrived, Anya suddenly looked up at him. "You have a mole right here," she said, pointing to a spot behind her ear. "Just like mine. And just like my papa's." Rahul froze. The birthmark behind his right ear was indeed distinctive, heart-shaped, barely visible unless you knew to look. "My mama has a picture of you," Anya continued matter-of-factly. "She said you're my papa, but you had to go away for important work. Are you back now?" The room seemed to tilt around him. Before Rahul could respond, a voice called from the doorway, a voice he would have recognized anywhere, even after 8 years of silence. "Anya! Time to go, beta." Mira stood framed in the late afternoon light, still beautiful in the way that had once made his heart stutter. Now she looked stricken, all color draining from her face as their eyes met across the room. "Mama!" Anya ran to her. "I found Papa! He was here the whole time!" The next few minutes passed in a blur. Priya, sensing the tension, distracted Anya with a storybook while Rahul and Mira stepped into the hallway, maintaining a careful distance between them. "Is it true?" Rahul asked, his voice barely audible. "Is she mine?" Mira's hands twisted together, the nervous habit he remembered so well. "Yes. How could you not tell me?" The question emerged more wounded than angry. "You had your fellowship in Tokyo," Mira said. "That night, after our fight, I went to your apartment to reconcile, and I overheard you talking to Professor Sharma about not wanting anything to hold you back from your career." Rahul closed his eyes, remembering. "I was talking about my father's expectations, not you." "Never you." "I didn't know that then," she whispered. "And when I found out I was pregnant, your phone number was disconnected. Your landlord said you'd left for Japan." "I called your family home for weeks," Rahul countered. "Your mother said you'd gone to your aunt's in Mumbai and didn't want contact." Mira sighed. "She was protecting me. I was heartbroken and scared. 5 years, Mira. 5 years of her life I missed. I came back to tell you," she said. "That's why we moved here last month." I was gathering courage. They were interrupted by Anya bounding into the hallway. "Mama, can Papa come for dinner? I want to show him my room." Rahul and Mira exchanged glances, grief, regret, and something else neither dared name yet. How about Sunday? Mira offered carefully. We could talk more then. First Steps Sunday arrived with Rahul standing outside Mira's modest apartment building, clutching a gift-wrapped package and fighting the urge to turn around. 8 years of imagined reunions hadn't prepared him for this reality. He was about to have dinner with the woman who had broken his heart and the daughter he never knew existed. He pressed the doorbell, hearing a squeal of excitement from inside. The door flew open to reveal Anya, dressed in a sparkly purple outfit. "Papa, you came!" She tugged his hand. "I told Mama you would. Come see my room." The apartment was small but warm, filled with books and colorful artwork, presumably Anya's, taped to the walls. Photographs lined a shelf. Anya as a newborn, Mira's parents, Anya on her first day of preschool. Rahul's chest tightened at these visual markers of the years he'd missed. "This is my elephant collection," Anya announced proudly, leading him to her bedroom. Stuffed elephants of various sizes crowded her bed, while elephant drawings adorned her walls. "Mama got me a new one every birthday." "I brought you something too," Rahul said, offering his gift. Inside was a wooden elephant puzzle he'd stayed up half the night carving, architecture skills repurposed for a different kind of creation. Anya's eyes widened. "Did you make this? It's beautiful. It's a special puzzle," he explained. "See how the pieces fit together? The baby elephant is hidden inside the mama and papa elephants." Mira appeared in the doorway, a complicated expression crossing her face. "Dinner's ready," she said softly. Over simple dal and rice, Anya dominated the conversation, asking Rahul dozens of questions. Did he like ice cream? Could he swim? Did he know how to play chess like Mama taught her? "Anya, let Papa eat," Mira gently admonished. "It's okay," Rahul said. "I have a lot of catching up to do." He turned to his daughter. "Yes, I love chocolate ice cream." "Yes, I can swim. I used to teach swimming at the university." "And chess? Well, your mother used to beat me every time." "She still wins every time," Anya said conspiratorially. After dinner, while Anya was engrossed in her new puzzle, Rahul and Mira sat on the small balcony, mugs of chai between them. The silence stretched until Rahul finally spoke. "I want to be part of her life, Mira. However you think is best." Mira looked at him steadily. "She already loves you. She's been asking about you since she could talk. I never lied to her about who you are, just why you weren't with us." "What happens now?" "We take it slowly," Mira said, "for her sake." Before Rahul left that night, Anya insisted on showing him her bedtime routine. As he awkwardly tucked the blanket around her and her elephant companions, she asked, "Will you come back tomorrow?" His eyes met Mira's over their daughter's head. She gave a small nod. "I'll come after work," he promised. Building bridges over the following weeks, Rahul carved out a place in their lives with careful determination. He arrived every evening at 6, sometimes bringing dinner, other times helping Mira cook while Anya chattered about her day at kindergarten. "Watch how Mama makes roti," Anya instructed during his third visit. "She makes them round, but when I try, they look like Australia." "Australia is a perfectly good shape," Rahul assured her, his own attempt resembling something closer to Antarctica. Mira's laughter, a sound he'd once lived for, filled the kitchen. "At least you're consistent. Your rotis were terrible 8 years ago, too." These moments of shared history both comforted and pained him. They navigated around each other carefully, united in their focus on Anya, while the unresolved past lingered between them. One evening, Rahul arrived to find Anya feverish and miserable. "Ear infection," Mira explained, exhaustion evident in the shadows beneath her eyes. "The pediatrician prescribed antibiotics, but she won't take them." "Let me try," Rahul offered. After coaxing and a story about brave elephant doctors, he successfully administered the medicine. Later, as Anya finally slept, he found Mira slumped at the kitchen table. "When was the last time you slept?" he asked gently. "She was up all last night," Mira admitted. "I called in sick to work today." "Go rest," Rahul said. "I'll stay with her." Mira hesitated. "You have that presentation tomorrow." "Nothing is more important than this," he said firmly. Hours later, when Anya's fever spiked, it was Rahul who carried her to the emergency room while Mira followed in a taxi. Together they waited through the night, shoulders touching as they sat beside their daughter's hospital bed. "You're good at this," Mira whispered as dawn broke and Anya's fever finally subsided. "At what?" "Being a father," she said. "You just stepped in." "I've had a lot of practice stepping into crises," he replied. "My whole career is managing emergencies in construction projects. But this," he gestured to Anya, "this matters infinitely more." Something shifted between them that night, a small crack in the careful wall they'd built. The next Sunday, when Rahul arrived for their now regular outing, Mira handed him a folder. "What's this?" he asked. "Legal papers. I've added your name to her birth certificate, and these establish your paternity rights." Her voice was steady, but her hands trembled slightly. "You should have been there from the beginning." "I can't change that, but I can fix it now." That evening, after their trip to the botanical gardens where Anya had insisted on photographing every flower, they sat on Mira's balcony again. "Thank you," Rahul said quietly, "for the legal recognition, but more importantly for raising her to be so incredible." Mira's eyes filled with tears. "It wasn't easy. My parents helped when she was a baby, but after my father passed away, it's just been me and my mother taking turns. I finished my architecture degree with Anya strapped to my chest." "You always were the strongest person I knew," Rahul said. "Not always," she whispered. "Sometimes I picked up the phone to call you. I'd get as far as dialing before hanging up. Why didn't you?" "Pride, fear. The longer I waited, the harder it became." She looked at him directly. "And what about you? Did you ever think about us?" "Every day," he answered without hesitation. "I came back from Tokyo with a ring in my pocket, determined to find you." The silence between them vibrated with possibilities. Uncovering truths, as Rahul became a fixture in their lives, fragments of the past began to surface. One evening, while helping Mira sort through boxes of Anya's baby clothes, they were donating them to the community center, Rahul found a stack of hospital bills. "These are from the university hospital," he noted, flipping through them. "You had complications?" Mira tensed. "Preeclampsia. I was on bed rest for the last 2 months of pregnancy." "You went through that alone?" His voice cracked. "Not entirely alone. My mother moved in temporarily." She took the bills from him, tucking them away. "It doesn't matter now." "It matters to me," Rahul insisted. "Everything I missed matters." The next day he arrived with a hard drive full of photographs. "What's this?" Mira asked. 8 years of my life," he explained. "If you want to see them." Together with Anya between them on the sofa, they scrolled through images. Rahul in Tokyo, standing beneath cherry blossoms, receiving his master's degree, breaking ground on his first major project. Candid shots from friends' weddings and celebrations. "You look sad in most of these," Anya observed with a child's brutal honesty. Rahul and Mira exchanged glances over her head. "Sometimes I was," he acknowledged. Later that night, after Anya was asleep and Rahul should have gone home, they remained on the couch with the photo archive. "You never got married," Mira said softly, noting the absence of romantic partners in his photos. "Neither did you," he replied. "There were opportunities," she admitted, "but they all fell short of what I'd known." Their hands found each other in the dim light of the laptop screen. "We lost so much time," Rahul whispered. "Maybe we needed it," Mira suggested. "Maybe we weren't ready before." The following weekend, Rahul suggested taking Anya to his parents' home. "They don't know about her yet," he explained. "But they should meet their granddaughter." The reunion was emotional. Rahul's mother wept upon seeing Anya, immediately noting her resemblance to Rahul as a child. His father, initially stoic, melted when Anya solemnly presented him with an elephant drawing. "She has the Malhotra artistic talent," he declared proudly. As the elders doted on their newly discovered granddaughter, Rahul and Mira retreated to the garden of his childhood home. "I thought your parents would be angry," Mira confessed. "They're too happy about having a grandchild to be angry," Rahul replied. "Though my mother did take me aside to scold me for not finding you sooner." If anyone's to blame, no, he interrupted firmly. We've been assigning blame for 8 years. It's time we stopped. That night, instead of returning to Mira's apartment, they accepted his parents' invitation to stay over. As Anya slept in Rahul's old bedroom, surrounded by his childhood books and trophies, they sat on the veranda under the stars. Being here with you feels like an alternate timeline, Mira said, like we've slipped into the life we might have had. Is it too late for that life? Rahul asked quietly. Instead of answering, Mira reached up to touch his face, the first deliberate, intimate contact they'd shared since reuniting. New beginnings one rainy evening, as they shared tea after Anya was asleep, Rahul placed an old, worn envelope on the table between them. What's this? Mira asked. Every letter I wrote you from Tokyo. The ones I never sent because I didn't know where you were. Mira's fingers trembled as she unfolded the first page. Dear Mira, the cherry blossoms are falling outside my window, and all I can think about is how you once said you wanted to see them. She read through each letter, tears falling freely. The final one, dated just before his return to India, read, I'm coming home to find you. Whatever it takes, however long it takes, what we had isn't the kind of love that happens twice in a lifetime. I never stopped loving you, Rahul said simply. But I need to know, beyond Anya, beyond our past, is there still something between us worth rebuilding? Mira reached behind her neck, unclasping a thin chain. She slid a small ring from it, a simple silver band with a tiny emerald that Rahul had given her the night of their graduation. I never took off the promise ring you gave me. It's been on a chain around my neck for 5 years. Rahul took her hand, the familiar shape of her fingers fitting perfectly against his palm. I want us to be a family, Mira, the 3 of us together. Not just for Anya's sake, but for ours. We're not the same people we were, she cautioned. No, he agreed. We're better, stronger. We've lived through losing each other once. I don't intend to do it again. 2 weeks later, Rahul arrived at the apartment with blueprints. I found a house, he explained, spreading the papers across Mira's kitchen table. It needs work, but it has potential. 3 bedrooms, a garden for Anya, and... He flipped to another page. Space for a home studio where we could work together. Mira studied the plans, her architect's eye assessing the possibilities. You want us to move in together? I want us to build something together, Rahul clarified. A home, a future, a life. They didn't tell Anya until they were certain, until the papers were signed and renovations begun. Her reaction was pure joy, jumping around the half-painted living room of their new house. Does this mean you're staying forever? She demanded of Rahul. Yes, he promised. Forever. 6 months later, on Anya's 6th birthday, Rahul moved the last of his boxes into their new home. The housewarming and birthday celebration combined into one joyful chaos of friends and family. Rahul's parents bickered affectionately with Mira's mother over who made the better sweets. Priya from the community center brought a painting the children had made for Anya. That night, as Anya slept surrounded by new birthday presents, Rahul and Mira stood in the doorway of her bedroom, watching her peaceful face. Papa, she had asked earlier as he tucked her in, did you know elephants live in families called herds and they stay together forever? Is that so? He had smiled. Yes, she had nodded seriously. Just like us. As he kissed her forehead, Rahul silently thanked the strange twists of fate and the innocent wisdom of a child who had bridged an 8-year chasm with the simple certainty that she belonged to both of them. The perfect reason to try again. Later, as Mira curled against him in their new bedroom, her head finding that familiar spot on his shoulder, Rahul whispered, She saved us, didn't she? No, Mira murmured, tracing the outline of his face in the darkness. She just showed us the way back to what was always there. Outside, the first monsoon rain of the season drummed against the roof. Not an ending, but a cleansing. A beginning, a promise of growth. The end.